What's happening, guys? And it's a good morning from Blanchetown. We've just left. We've gone through the lock successfully. Big thanks to Darren, who got me through nice and easily. Was a little bit hesitant in a boat without any side rails or walkways and by myself, but we got through it pretty easily. So pretty happy with that. Now we're heading to Morgan, probably about a 2-stopper, I reckon. We'll go for about 4 hours, find a nice spot, and then probably the next day another 3 or 4 hours, and then we'll cruise into Morgan, probably about Thursday, Friday, we'll see. We'll turn it around and show you what I'm looking at. So we're about 2 or 3 kilometres upstream from Blanchetown. Got an old ferry over there. My favourite water, glass with a smooth ripple. Beautiful. That's Reedy Island, and up ahead is Runka Landing. Probably about 6 or 7 kilometres upstream from Blanchetown. And here we've got Gozzy's place, a friend of mine. Got a house up on the river, up the hill there. A little track that comes down and a nice camping area all the way along here. Where another one of my friends, it's their regular skiing spot. So yeah, been here and camped a couple of times. Looks like Gozzy's just come down in his little 4-wheeler. We'll go past and see if it's him. How you going, Gozzy? Pretty good. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep going while the weather's good. Good to see ya. Well, she's still going at the moment, so that's good. We'll catch you later. .288 kilometre mark from the Murray mouth. How's it going, guys? Well, here we are. We camped up for the night. I'm at the 293 kilometre mark on the Murray, and if you're unfamiliar with what that means, it means I'm 293 kilometres from the mouth of the Murray, where it ends. There's markers all the way up the river, and there's books you can follow as well. So I camped up here for the night. I've come about 19 k's, I think it was, today. Didn't know whether I was going to do 2 stops to Morgan or 1. I think it's just going to be the 1 stop. We got about 26 k's to go, and the weather's good, so I want to keep moving. So I'll probably get up in the morning, hopefully be left by about 6:30, and probably be at Morgan maybe 1 o'clock or so. But beautiful day, the sun's out, it's about 26 degrees. I've even put the shorts on, but I'm not going to scare you with that just yet. And going to sit down and just appreciate the view. So looking upstream there towards Morgan, we've got Gilligan camped at this beautiful little spot, and just in the back we've got these lovely cliffs. Fantastic little spot. 293 kilometre mark on the magnificent River Murray. So tonight's cook up, we got marten lamb chops off my nephew's farm, my brother's farm, and we got mashed potato. Had the potatoes going for about 8 minutes or so. Hopefully they'll be ready by the time the chops are. And there we go, all plated up for tonight's tea. Garlic lamb chops with mash, looking bloody beautiful. I'll come back with my score in a minute. So tonight's food review, lamb chops, or garlic lamb chops with mashed potato. It's getting an extra 0.2 because of the scenery tonight. Bloody beautiful. 8.3. That's my review. Sensational morning. A little bit of fog or mist. Should clear up in the next half hour. A beautiful day. Just going around Pelican Point. She's a bit high and dry, that one. Not too sure I'd want to spend too much time up there in that treehouse. Great little spot here. I don't know what it's called. Got no name on the map, but we're at nearly the 308 kilometre mark. So just coming around into Morgan. Got houseboats and shacks for miles. Okay guys, here we are. We've made it to the great historical town of Morgan. So one stopover trip I had from Blanchetown. Got a lovely little mooring spot here just down from the old railway station, about 100 metres down from the historical docks, and the old paddle boat canale, which you might be able to see behind me back there, but we'll go and check it all out tomorrow and do a bit of a tour around the place. But that's about it for today. I'll just show you, turn the camera around and show you where I am. So there's the historical railway line just up there. Got the old docks about 100 metres down, 150 metres down. Paddle boat canale just down there, 100 metres. The famous paddle boat or river boat Gilligan here, or maybe the stupidest boat on the river. And looking back, I'd say east, I suppose, southeast, across the river at Morgan, with the ferry just going across the river. Beef schnitzel with chili prawns, and we even get a bit of bread. Looking good. Commercial Hotel, Morgan. Absolutely brilliant. We're just going to give it a 8.4, mainly because I had to drink about 6 beers because it was a little bit hot, but recommend it. 8.4, that's my review. Okay, we ran into this rough mob here at Morgan, pulling up. They showed me how to moor up. And who have we got here starting at the left? Nick. We got Mick there, John, Jude, and Jo. She's the captain, she's the rowdy one. And they told me not to beat my horn when I pass them tomorrow or the next day, but I think I'm going to have to go through nice and early and wake them up. Yeah. You guys have a great trip. Great to meet you. Thank you. So here at beautiful Morgan, we're going to do a bit of a tour around Morgan this morning. Got a lovely day. Just gone up and got some fuel from the servo. Big thanks to Neil, who was up there and he was putting his boat in. So yeah, thanks Neil for giving me a ride down with my fuel from the servo, and also Luke helped me carry it down to the boat. So thanks guys for the help. So let's go for a little bit of a look around Morgan and maybe a bit of the history. I did read up on a bit of it, but that was last night. See if I can remember a little bit. Let's go. So first part, we're going to go for a walk down along the bank here to the old wharf. So Morgan established, I think it was 1878, around then, and that's about the time they started making the wharf, and they kept expanding it for about 30 years, enlarging it. And up here, just before the wharf, we've got riverboat Canali, which is currently getting restored. We'll have a look at the sign up the top about it in a minute, but I don't think it's running at the moment. They've just put a steam engine in it and getting it going, so but I don't think it's actually been out along the river under its own steam yet, but we'll go and check it out. I believe it was used as a barge for a while, and then it sunk, but we'll find out more about it in a minute on the notice board thing up the top. But I did read one of its big trips in about the 1920s was to take about 400 cartons of beer up to Berry, where they were making a new distillery. So the port of Morgan was the biggest port on the river in South Australia because it had the railway line going straight through to Adelaide. And from reading up a bit about it, they reckon when it was busy they used to have about 6 trains a day going out, and used to have paddle boats lined up for about a kilometre upstream waiting to unload their produce, which I think was mainly wool and fruit, stuff like that. What a great old wharf though. They allowed for if it was going to flood, so it's built up pretty high. Reminds me a bit of the Echuca wharf when I've seen it in photos. Falling to bits a bit there, but they have got this section up here for tourists to check it out. But you can imagine how busy it would have been here in the late 1800s, early 1900s. A hive of activity. So here we have the end of the line, and just up here is the powder magazine, which is where they used to keep all their dynamite, so it was in a safe spot. Built a whole bit of a tunnel down into the ground. We'll go and check it out. All blocked off now. And there you go. Hopefully that gets big enough so you can pause it and read it. And here's a bit of history of the Canali. So again, you can pause it if you want to, or fast forward. I think I've got this camera set up a bit funny in it's got a bit of a curve in it, but it's going to have to do. And this is after it was sunk. And that's when they first started restoring it. So from looking on Google, it has got the steam engine in it now, and it has been started up. It's got all new steering in it, and believe they haven't actually given it a run yet, but I could be wrong. But I think they've been restoring it. I don't know, I didn't read the board just then, but the last 10 years or so. And yeah, it should be brilliant when they get it finished. Thought we'd liven up the video a bit here and show you the local morgue, built in 1886. Right next to the ferry. So Landseer was the main warehouse, I suppose you'd call it, where they used to store a lot of wool, grain and fruit, with the railway line going straight past and heading to Adelaide. And just up from where the ferry is situated now. And the old train turntable with the train station up there, and a couple of great pubs here at Morgan, the Terminus on the left and the Commercial on the right. You would have already seen my food review from the Commercial, and just to let you know that the West End draft tastes pretty much the same in both of them. Pretty bloody good. Okay guys, that's going to end this video here at Morgan. I had a good night last night up in the pub. Ended up meeting Kelly and Paul from Houseboats on the Murray site on Facebook, and they pulled up next to me in their lovely houseboat, Olivia Grace. So and also met their friends Wendy and Rod, and yeah, watched the footy up in the pub. I've got a bit of a video I did on my phone, so we'll cut across to that. Mind the language, I'd had a few beers at this stage, and we tried a bit of hot sauce, which I thought would be pretty easy, but oh, she's a bit windy here today, and it was the hottest bloody sauce I've had in my life. So we'll cut across to that. Don't forget to subscribe, press the like button. Any comments, any questions, leave in the comments section, and we'll catch you guys next week. Bye. Okay, we got the crew here from Olivia Grace. They're leading. No, I can move. I can move. Oh. I know how to pan. They're leading me astray. So we got Kelly, we got Wendy, we got Paul, and we got Rod. Rod. And it's been a good night. So another houseboat crew. We've had a great night here. Port Adelaide are getting flogged. But,
it's early. It's not even half time.
It's early. Not even half time. We've got plenty of time. But having a great night here, and great to meet up with another houseboat crew. So start following Houseboats on the Murray. Brilliant site.
Yes.
I think I'm crying.
You are. Yeah. Yes, you are.
That's the hottest shit I've ever had in my life.
It's okay, calms down.
It calms down. It's been going for 10 minutes.
Hasn't yet.
No, it does. It does, baby.
I'm sorry, but you guys were sort of laughing at me thinking, yeah,
I was the main culprit. I thought you were soft.
Good on you for having a go. And
He did say very clearly that he goes,
Soft cock.
He did. Well, you've got to have a go at this. And it's your fucking fault.
no, keep going. Well, you've got to have a go.
I'm not, this is purely your fault. Soft cock, yeah.
Yeah. Hey.